After years of misery, losing, bad basketball, and let's face it, stretches where the Sixers may have been actually trying to bore their fans to death, Philadelphia has become one of the most fun teams in the NBA. Take last night, right across the street from here at the Staples Center. Ben Simmons was a monster. 7 dunks, and I don't know, let's just watch some of them, shall we?
7?
Yeah, 7.
Oh, cool.
And yep, there's one.
1, 2.
Oh, a little reverse alley-oop, not bad.
Anderson, nice pass.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, by the way, no other NBA player has dunked 7 times in one game this season.
Is that
Just
true?
him. Yep, not any other rookie, no other player.
Wow.
And sure, there are complaints about Simmons' limited range, and yeah, it is limited. 92% of his makes have come inside the paint. But when you can set up your teammates with the vision that Simmons has, and then you're also your own threat to finish inside the way he did last night, well, that's fun, and it is contagious around the floor. And that's before we even get to Joel Embiid, who is basically a 7-foot walking carnival. Embiid was so sharp with the trash talk last night, it took only until the beginning of the second quarter for Willie Reed to get so frustrated and do something dumb. Yeah, when a player grabs someone around the neck and you throw him to the ground, that's going to be a flagrant. And once Embiid knew he was in Reed's head, he went to town, mocking him in the huddle, laughing at him from the bench. In the post-game interview, he, pretend forgot his name. Reed eventually fouled out of the game trying to guard Embiid. So did DeAndre Jordan, as Embiid playfully told the fans, guess what? He's going home. He's going home.
Tell you, man, it's Shaq all over you.
It was. And it's amazing because if you were in the building, you could see the fans eating it up. The opposing fans of the other team. Embiid would finish with 32 and 16 in a career-high 36 minutes. The Sixers were a plus 23 with him on the floor. And when I went to go see him in the locker room afterward, he was still going, people, talking trash to his teammates about beating them in 2K. And, oh, in case you were wondering, he plays as himself because, of course, he does.
Why not?
Look, this was not all a planned part of the official process, right? Sam Hinkie didn't have a category for joy on his pre-draft scouting reports. But the spirit of the young Sixers has become an essential part of this team's resurgence. And as this season is unfolding, you can see it bonding Philadelphia's players together in a way that is putting them ahead of schedule. Heck, if this keeps going, they might just laugh themselves all the way to the playoffs. So, Byron, the Sixers are now on pace for 44 wins this season. We don't know if they'll keep it up, but they've already gone through the second hardest schedule in the NBA so far, so it is going to get a little bit easier from here. What do you think? Are they further along than you thought at this point?
Absolutely. I think, first of all, you got to enjoy watching these guys play. I mean, they're young, they're fun, they're just out there just playing the game of basketball and enjoying the process that they're going through. And Habib is just, like you said, he's probably the biggest clown in the league as far as just being somebody who's playful. Yeah. He is Shaq, reincarnated. Totally. There's no doubt about it. They are definitely on pace. And if you keep looking at this team play and they keep getting better, they keep trusting each other and trusting the process, as Habib has talked about from last year to this year, this team, I think it's a great possibility of them being in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference because of the fact that you don't need to win 50-something games anyway to be in the playoffs when you're in the Eastern Conference. So they are a lot farther along than I think a lot of people thought they would be at this particular time. And if Ben Simmons, wow, again, get that man the rookie of the year right now. There's nobody close to him as far as being the best rookie in the class right now. And he's playing unbelievable basketball. And if he can get a 15-foot jump shot, Jackie, 15 foot, if he gets just that, I mean, just a little bit outside the paint.
Even a 10-foot jump shot.
That's still in the paint football. Right. But if he can get something just outside the paint where he can be reliable from that distance, you cannot guard this kid.
He'll be unstoppable.
Yeah, you cannot guard this kid. So I love the direction that they're headed, the way they're playing basketball. They are a fun, young team to watch. And I'm getting a lot of joy of just watching how these guys have gone from, last year when you could see the progress and you could see the potential, and now where the potential was already there.
Right. And the two of them together, that when you put Simmons and Embiid together, the numbers are off the charts. In fact, they're one of the best offensive and defensive teams in the league when they're playing together. The problem is, can they play enough together?
Yeah.
And the most important thing I thought from last night's game was the 36 minutes. Because Embiid hasn't been able to play even 30 minutes a night consistently. And that's because he started late. We know all the reasons why. But they need him to be able to play consistent minutes like that. He needs to be in better shape. He knows this. I talked to him about it, the piece I did with him a couple of weeks ago. And the other thing is turnovers. So the one thing I worry about this team, especially with Embiid, he doesn't see double team coming as well as he should, Byron. He's averaging almost 4.5 turnovers a game, and that's often because when the double team comes, he's not quite sure what to do with it. So teams will start to do that more. And they're going to start to lay off Simmons. All those things are going to start to happen. So we'll see how these young guys respond to that.
Yeah, I mean, and look, Simmons does have to develop that shot. He knows that. I do like that he's not forcing it, though, that he knows what he's good at.
Exactly. He's
And
playing
look at
within
his
himself.
attempts,
He knows what he can do, and he's a smart player.
He's playing within his attempts. And Embiid, as you said, like the first thing he said after, well, the first thing was I'm eating all these guys.
Yeah, right.
Okay. The second thing he said in the locker room was, I got to get in better shape. That he's operating at like 60%, which is terrifying.
Well, he missed all of
when you think about
he missed
it.
the whole off season, and he didn't join the team until 3 weeks before the season started because everything started earlier this year.
Wow.
So there's reason to believe he can get there.
But it's fun to see them starting to trust each other on the court. And it's just starting, but they feed off each other, and the fun they're having is powering them through.
And no Markelle Fultz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just wait. Just wait.